Today I am beyond excited because I'm flying from the jewel of Southeast Asia to the capital of Saudi Arabia. I have wanted to go to Saudi Arabia for a very long time, but until recently it was very difficult to go there as a tourist. Alright, I'm going to check in now. I hope there will not be an issue because my visa name doesn't match my passport name fully. I booked this flight with FlyNaz, which is a Saudi Arabian low-cost carrier, but both of my flights are operated by Etihad. The name mismatch was not a problem at all. I have my boarding passes with Etihad from Singapore to Abu Dhabi and on to Riyadh. Singapore Changi is an airport that truly never fails to impress. I've flown through here many times and still discover something new every time. For example, here there's a full movie theater in the gate area, so anyone waiting for their flight or transiting through Changi can watch movies all day long for free. And I discovered this sunflower garden. Now, I usually don't get this excited about sunflowers, but this is a fantastic place for plane spotting. Look at this beautiful A350 from Lufthansa. Lufthansa. And here is my Etihad plane arriving in Singapore. Marhaba! Okay, STG Travels, enough drooling. It's time to go to the gate. My plane today is a 7-year-old Boeing 777-300ER. I keep a spreadsheet of all the flights I've taken, so I found that actually I was on this exact airplane before. Earlier this year, I flew it from Abu Dhabi to Singapore. Let me know if you also record and keep track of all the flights you've taken. Pitch here in economy is quite okay. I have a bit of room to spare. And there's a power plug and a USB port. Hey, STG Travels, how do you like this airplane? About 10 minutes after our scheduled takeoff time, the captain announced that we would be delayed due to the failure of an air traffic control system in Malaysia. Eventually, a new flight plan was submitted, which would avoid Malaysian airspace.
We are in the process of replanning the entire route we're taking today, and hopefully this will avoid the departure delay entirely. However, this process does take some time.
As you can see here, the flight I'm on typically would take off in a northwestern direction from Singapore, crossing over the Malaysian peninsula. But on today's flight, we eventually took off with a 75-minute delay and took an immediate 180-degree turn to the right, which meant we avoided the Malaysian airspace. And here is my dinner. I got pasta with vegetables and cheese. I slept for the majority of this flight and woke up right before we entered Omani airspace. We got another snack before landing, which was a cheese vegetable wrap. We landed in Abu Dhabi about 50 minutes 50 delayed, so we made up some time in the air. I still had 30 minutes to boarding for my flight to Riyadh, so I was rushing, but it was not yet critical. I love the way this Abu Dhabi airport looks. I've flown through here many times, and every time I'm still amazed with the architecture and design. Now my second flight from Abu Dhabi to Riyadh is on a 4-year-old Airbus A321 with registration A6AEF. The leg space on this flight in economy is quite good. The departure was at 2 AM, so unfortunately the whole 1.5-hour flight was dark. The cabin was dimly lit after takeoff. There was no IFE in this plane. IFE, of course, is in-flight entertainment system. But if you connect your phone or tablet to the plane's Wi-Fi, then you can watch movies there or track also the flight. the most direct path from Abu Dhabi to Riyadh would be in the western direction. But I suppose that Etihad doesn't want to fly over Qatari airspace. We flew around Qatar in the north, which seems like a much bigger detour than flying around the south of Qatar. Even on this short flight, we got food, and in this case it was a sandwich and pastry. They were delicious! Here you can see some of the oil platforms out in the Gulf, and we entered Saudi Arabian airspace over the city of Dammam. And we are descending into Riyadh. This flight went by very quickly, and before I knew it, we had landed.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Riyadh. The local time here is 3 a.m.
I was so excited about finally being in Saudi Arabia.
Thank you for choosing fly with Etihad Airways, the national airline of the UAE. It has been our pleasure taking care of you, and enjoy your morning. Thank you.
There is free Wi-Fi in the Riyadh airport, but you need to receive a one-time password as a text message, which I couldn't. But there was a very friendly guy at the Ask Me or Help Me desk, which helped me get online by sending the passcode to his SIM card. And hello, I am now in Saudi Arabia. My first time. I'm very excited. The immigration was very quick. It took maybe 2 or 3 minutes. There was no queue, but it's now 3 o'clock in the night. I had my fingerprint scanned, which is quite standard anywhere you go nowadays. Had my photo taken, and the lady said, "Welcome to Saudi Arabia." I said, "Thank you." And my passport was chopped, and I am now out in the public area looking for an ATM and then getting ready to go to the city. Thank you for watching, shukran. And in the next video, you'll see about my time here in Riyadh. Ma'a salama.